Too generous, too quickly. Dr. Greer, and this would apply to all of you, you know, you make the statement that secrecy undermines democracy. I believe in that very, very strongly. But let me point out that secrecy undermines scientific investigation. And so when we scruff up all these scientists and put them in the Defense Department and put a lid tape over their mouth, and then they can't share their discoveries with other scientists in other part of the world, the whole synergy of scientific inquiry is crippled.
Well, I think that that's exactly the point. And when I referred to this Federation of American Scientists, very mainstream organization, said, look, there's 5,135 patents that have been confiscated. One of them in this report, and all of you need to listen carefully to this, was from 1971, a solar photovoltaic generator, more than 20% efficient, which we cannot buy on the market today. And they bring up in this report, Stephen Aftergood wrote it, why would that be confiscated under the National Security Act? It is an abuse of power. Why? Because it would have been at the price point where it would have competed with oil and gas. Now, if you take that photovoltaic generator and put it on steroids, and you have a generator that would fit like a bread box that would run your house or car. You would not have to plug your car into a coal-fired grid to have an electric car. You're talking about something that would fundamentally change the macroeconomic order of the world. But what's beautiful about it, this is beautiful, I want to leave this with sort of a comment, is that if we could liberate these scientists to do this and provide the security and the synergy that you're referring to, I believe within about 2 or 3 years, the first generation of these would be out on the market. And the way technology spreads now, we would be able to transform the entire environmental and poverty issue on this planet. But with that, and here's the Achilles heel, would be that all the oil, gas, and coal fields in the world would be worthless, virtually worthless. It's the oil for petrochemicals and plastics. And so you're looking at a change that is enormous. And I always point out, when you see the images of these UFOs moving at 100,000 miles per hour and making a right-hand turn without decelerating, they don't defy the laws of physics, to make a correction. They defy the conventional aerodynamics of an aircraft, but they're controlling for 1G as they're doing this, one gravitational force field. And what they're able to do is pull in, as they're moving, pull energy from the fabric of space-time. And it's estimated that every cubic centimeter of space in this room has enough energy to run the Earth for a day, the zero-point or quantum vacuum field. So now the scientists I know who have worked on this, and I know a number of Lawrence Berkeley Labs, there's a scientist who was doing an experiment, stumbled across this great discovery using barium titanate, CIA doesn't like me to mention that, with a very high voltage system. It was putting 10 times more energy out than he put in, not in violation of the laws of physics, but it was tapping into this other existing field of energy. And so he, however, had some people come in with a national security order, confiscated the experiment, threatened him, and was stood down. I have many, many people. This should be an entire part of the inquiry, is how have these wonderful breakthroughs been? So do we really have a free market if we're suppressing this sort of science and technology? No, we do not have a free market. We have a managed market that benefits the masters of the universe who are trading oil, gas, and coal and derivatives at Goldman Sachs.
Let me, in a half a minute, let me ask, did the government pay any money for the confiscated patents?
No, they do not.
Then that's a constitutional issue right there.
No, under the national, under Section 180, 181 of the patent law, they can take it. All they have to do is fax a letter to your laboratory saying this is a national security item or technology, and you're not allowed to speak about it. Now, I can give any member of congressional committee a list of names and facilities and people that have had this happen to them. They don't want to speak because they are in possession of NSOs, national security orders, and some of them have worked on so-called UFO technologies, others on just basically energy generation systems from the 0 point. The point I'm making about this is that we really have to figure out a way to bring this information out because it's an existential question.
It is. And now we're going to break, but we would like to just go right into the next. Yeah, could we go right into the next session? That's what we're doing. That's what we're going to do.